So, um, again, I don't really know what to call all this stuff that I'm doing here, but I do kind of just enjoy recording what I've got going on. I'm sitting over here in what is becoming my shop. As you can see, it's not insulated and there's a lot of stuff around. It's an old chicken house that my dad used for a farm shop for a long time, and he didn't really keep it up that great. It's kind of his hobby farm, but it's really too big to be exactly a hobby. But I mean, at the same time, it doesn't make enough money for us to hire a bunch of help. So that's kind of why things are like they are. And you can see, you can see the purlin that's broken off right there. I'm gonna try to get this place fixed up little by little as I go. I'm actually sitting on the frame of that truck that I power washed the other day. I've struggled to find a focus for these videos, and I still kind of do, because again, I like to do a lot of different stuff. Sorry for the shaky cam, all I got's my phone. I still kind of struggle to find a focus exactly, but I kind of feel like I have a focus already with them, because just as in farming in general, with the way that I grew up farming, we always tried to do things where it had the least environmental impact, and was not necessarily environmental, but conservative, like conservationist conservative. Like you don't mow out your fence rows and spray them because the quail want to live there. And you don't cut down trees and clear cut land because that's habitat, unless you're going to farm it and make it productive. And which we have, I mean, we've done that. We've let some land go back that they had clear cut, but it wasn't ever going to make good hay crops, and it wasn't ever going to make any kind of grain or anything. So we've let it go back to timber. And we harvest that timber from time to time, but more than anything, we try to let it go back for habitat. And as such, we've had deer move back. We have a lot of fairly rare species for the area. We've got red wolves, which is the conservation agency actually tells us that we don't, but I've heard them and I've seen them, so I know that we do. We've got some mountain lions and bears, oh my. We've got a lot of different things here. And really that conservation is behind even my antique trucks and antique tractors and such. It costs a lot of carbon and it costs a lot of materials to build a new tractor or a new truck. And then it costs a lot of money to buy them. So if I can take old parts and refurbish stuff and fabricate things and have a vehicle that gets better mileage and more power and is more fun, then all of that's a good thing. And that's really kind of the focus. I would like to eventually be able to grow my own oil crops and burn those in my equipment for fuel. And actually, I'd eventually like to convert everything to electric, but that's just not a real viable option right now, neither because of cost or because of battery life, with what we need the equipment on the farm to do, or the distance at which I drive these trucks. But eventually, I'd like for everything to at least be carbon neutral, or maybe even take up some carbon out of the atmosphere. I'm not really too concerned about carbon from an environmental standpoint. I feel like the earth is a system, and the outputs will match the inputs, and that it was designed well enough by God to make up for humans. But that doesn't mean that we need to be wasteful. I mean, humans are supposed to steward the planet better than what we are, and that's kind of what I'm trying to do. I've got some canola planted now with the intentions of combining that in the summer and crushing oil out of that to burn in the truck, and just trying some alternative energy stuff. I don't know if I'll be successful because I'm not a chemist. I'm very barely anything other than just a laborer, but that's just kind of how I'm doing. But I'm going to end this video because it's getting long, and I'll take you on a little bit of tour of some stuff that I do have going here that maybe, I don't know, maybe some of you'll find interesting. Tell your friends about it, like it, share it, subscribe to the channel. Maybe we can get some people coming in here and make enough money off of I don't know how all that works, but if we can monetize the channel, maybe we can try some solar panels. Maybe we can get some windmills built. I'd love to build windmills and run my little cabin off of wind and solar. and I would obviously video how I did that in the process, because that's fun, and I want people to learn from my mistakes and my injuries, you know, chapped lip because of the winter after I hit myself with a cardboard box and cut it. I don't know of anybody else that cuts themselves with a cardboard box, but I guess that's something I do now.